guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Tanya, and on my channel I share all things natural bath and body product related. I own a natural bath and body business called The Oily Life, where I make essential oil based products, so soaps, lotion bars, lotions, bath bombs, you know, all the bath and body things. So I like to share my products that I make on this channel, as well as tips and tricks about how I'm running my business and how I'm trying to grow my business. I also do content on essential oils and natural living in general, but most of my content is around my business. So today I'm super excited. I'm doing actually a remake of a soap. It's a remake of my Turmeric and Honey soap, which is an unscented soap that I keep in my core line. But for the first time ever, I am making a large batch of it. So my typical batch size is 36 ounces, and that's in the tall and skinny mold from Nurture Soap. So it's, you know, pretty small batch size. I usually get 8 bars out of a batch, but I'm upgrading for next year. I really want to amp up the amount of soap that I have on hand and what I can make at a time, especially for my core soaps, which are the Turmeric and Honey, my Orange and Calendula, Lavender and Goat Milk, and then I want to have like either like a lime and patchouli or a lime and bergamot, so that I have a little earthier scent in my core line as well. But I'm going to figure that out as I go along. But I want to be able to make those core soaps in larger batches, so I'm not having to constantly remake them, which is what I'm doing now. So I'm going from a 36 ounce batch size to what we're trying today is 140 ounces. For Christmas, I was fortunate enough to get the triple loaf tall and skinny mold from Workshop Heritage. So I'm really excited about it. I think it's really gonna help me scale up my business. And today is my first time ever making soap on this large of a scale. So I'm gonna bring you along with me. We're gonna kind of see how it goes, and let's go make some soap. All right, guys, so I have my melted oils and butters in my big container here. And to this, I'm gonna add about 3 tablespoons of honey that I've heated up in some water just to make it easier to pour. So we'll get that added in there. And we'll get our last little bit scraped out here. This is a local honey. I do try to use local honeys when I can. I have some friends that keep bees, so I can get honey a lot of the time, or at least local honey a lot of the time. So just getting that put in there. And then we're gonna go ahead and get our lye water poured in. And this was, I knew it was gonna be more oils and more lye and all that, but man, it was way more than I thought it was gonna be. So I definitely need to invest in some larger containers soon if I'm gonna keep making batches in this size. Yeah, I felt a little unprepared on that front, but you know, those are the things we learn. Like I said, I usually do 36 ounces of oils, and this is 140, so it was way more, way bigger batch. All right, I'm just going to give this a quick blend, and then we're going to split off part of it for a coconut milk portion before we add in our turmeric. All right, that looks good there for now. We are gonna have to blend it some more once we put the turmeric in, so I don't wanna go too much further right now. And hopefully, without making a terrible mess, I'm going to pour some of this off for my coconut milk portion. And then we're going to get our turmeric added in. And I'm thinking 3 tablespoons, but we're kind of just going to have to see. You do kind of have to watch with the turmeric, it will stain things. So you want to definitely have something covering up your clothes and all that kind of stuff. I think we're just going to dump the rest of that in there because it 100% will stain. Alright, now I think we're going to put that up there for a second. And we're going to give our coconut milk portion here a quick blend. See if we need any more in here. Alright, so that looks good there. So now we're going to bring back our big old bucket. And we're going to just start to get the turmeric incorporated first. And then we'll go ahead and blend. I love how rich of a color turmeric gives. It has a lot of great benefits for your skin, so it's nice to have in a soap. Now it is something where you could go too far with the amount you put in a soap as well, so you do want to watch that, because just like the powder can stain things, if you put too much in your soap, then it can leave a residue on people's skin too, or stain their shower or tub, which not really something you want to do. All right. So I think that looks really good there. Making sure there's no powder left up on the sides that hasn't got blended in. I did just find a little bit, so yeah, you definitely got to scrape everything down. Alright, so I think that looks really good there. There's one more little chunk. Alright. Now we're going to get our coconut milk poured in here. We're going to do a in the pot swirl. I wanted to keep it kind of simple for my first larger batch here. So we're going to just pour some in each of the corners. That'll be good there. And then in here, I'm gonna do a little bit of a mica drop. This is just some shimmering gold from Nurture soap. And we're gonna pour a little bit into the soap, but most of it I'll probably end up using on top. Well, maybe not most. I'm gonna save some for the top. How about that? We're gonna just pour that throughout, just like that. And I'm gonna kind of just go once around to give it a little bit of a mix up. All right, now we're gonna bring our mold over and pour. Fingers crossed that I'm not gonna make a horrible mess. Here we go. Wow, that is pretty amazing. Alright, so it looks like I'm going to have a little bit extra here, but that is okay. Like I said, I wasn't 100% sure of things since this was my first batch there. But I'm going to let that just set up a little bit, and then we'll add our the rest of our mica and some of the coconut milk to the top and give it a swirl. So I'm thinking I could easily go down by probably 10 to 15 ounces, maybe 20. This is a little fuller than I would like it to be. But like I said, since it was my first time using this one, I wanted to err on too much rather than not enough. So I have a whole bunch of other little soaps off into a mold in the side, but that'll be fine. All right, and then we're gonna just use our chopstick here and give it a swirl. So pretty. And then next, I gotta figure out how to cut this into loaves, and which I do have a loaf cutter already, so I'm good there, but figure out exactly how I want to do that, along with just figuring out how to slice it and all that jazz. All new experiences. So I'm gonna bring you in for a close-up, and then we're gonna let this set up for 24 to 48 hours, and then we'll come back and cut. All right, we are back to cut my turmeric and honey soap. So was really happy with the mold and how easy it was to use, and think the bars turned out great. Now you can see there's a little bit of a gel ring. The soap did heat up a whole lot, so it does definitely have that little bit of a gel. That'll even out a little bit over time, but definitely got hot. But yeah, I thought the mold worked great. It was super easy to get my soap out of the mold. The corners stayed nice, which is something I typically have problems with. And I had no issues there, which made me really happy. And I still can't believe I was able to make this much soap at once. That's gonna be a, whoopsie, serious game changer there, and let me kind of scale up my business. I would like to get some wholesale customers this year, just to kind of round things out. And I need to be able to make more soap at a time to be able to do that. I still do have a corporate job, which eventually it'd be nice to be able to stop doing, but I have to do my soaping and things after hours. So making more at a time, definitely a big help. This is a really simple soap, but it has some great ingredients in it. It is one of my more popular soaps. Turmeric currently is kind of a hot ingredient. It has been for a few years. Plus there's a lot more people out there looking for unscented soaps than there used to be. So I always try to keep this one in stock so there's at least one unscented option. You can see the gel a whole lot on that one. As this is exposed to the air though, like I said, that'll even out a little bit. You'll probably still be able to see it some, but it'll get better. So I hope you all had a great Christmas and that you got to have a peaceful, fun-filled day with either family or friends or however you like to spend the holidays. Ours was good here. We had a pretty mellow day. We played guitar, we ate, and that was about it. Which is perfect in my eyes. I'm really looking forward to the new year. There's a whole bunch of things I want to do business-wise, plus I have some health goals I'm continuing to work on. I'm going to attempt to do 100,000 steps a week. So whether that's 10,000 a day or however it works out, but cumulatively 100,000 steps a week, just because I need to get in better shape. Basically, I have a lot of joint pain just due to, I have fibromyalgia and I was an athlete for years and years and it's kind of rough on my body and I need to kind of lessen the load so my joint pain is not quite so terrible. Plus you don't want to be carrying that stuff around as you get older. I'm just cutting these down for samples. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'll have my mold linked down below. Like I said, it's from Workshop Heritage and I love it. So I'll have that linked down below, plus the soap recipe I used and all the things. Take care and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.